Have you ever pondered how the tapestry of prophethood weaves through the ages, connecting the divine with humanity? It's a lineage as ancient as time itself, a thread that links the mission of Muhammad to prophets who walked this earth long before him. This chain of prophethood extends back to the likes of Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus, each a bearer of divine revelation, each chosen to guide their people down the path of righteousness. Muhammad, emerging from the desert sands of Arabia, doesn't stand as the originator of monotheism. Instead, he continues the Abrahamic tradition, his revelations echoing the divine messages given to his predecessors. Whether it's the steadfastness of Noah, the unwavering faith of Abraham, the courage of Moses, or the message of love and forgiveness from Jesus, Muhammad's revelations reiterate these teachings, emphasizing the timeless continuity of God's guidance to humanity. Muhammad's revelations, then, are not a break from the past, but a continuation of an ancient divine conversation. Imagine if the stories of the past could illuminate your present struggles. This is exactly what Muhammad did in Mecca. In the bustling city of Mecca, Muhammad began to share stories of earlier prophets with his growing community of followers. These weren't just tales of yore. They were narratives imbued with lessons and moral imperatives that were strikingly relevant to their contemporary struggles. Prophets like Noah, who stood steadfast in the face of ridicule, or Abraham, who left his homeland at God's command, or Moses, who bravely challenged the tyranny of Pharaoh, and Jesus, who preached love and forgiveness. Each story was a beacon, casting light on their own path, their own trials. But these stories did more than simply provide guidance. They fostered a sense of belonging, a connection to a larger history of divine interaction. Through these narratives, Muhammad's followers could see their own struggles mirrored in the trials of the prophets. They were reminded that the path of a prophet, the path they now walked with Muhammad, was not an easy one. It was a path fraught with trials, with opposition, with challenges to the status quo. Yet, it was also a path that had been walked before. Each prophet faced their trials with resilience and faith, standing firm in their mission, undeterred by the challenges they faced. Their stories served as a reminder that the power structures of the world could be challenged, that the status quo could be disrupted, that righteousness could prevail. As Muhammad faced growing opposition in Mecca, these stories of prophetic fortitude became even more significant. Just like the prophets of old, Muhammad's teachings were challenging the socio-political norms of his time. They were threatening the power structures built around idol worship, disrupting the status quo. And that came with its own set of trials. Through these stories, Muhammad's followers found parallels to their own struggles and the courage to face them. They became part of a narrative that was older than time itself, a narrative of prophethood, a narrative of divine guidance, a narrative of spiritual fortitude. They became part of a prophetic tradition that continues to resonate today, illuminating the path for all who walk the path of faith. The lessons of the past can often guide our present. This was the message Muhammad imparted to his followers. He shared stories of the ancient prophets not as distant tales, but as lessons imbued with resilience, faith, and moral excellence. He spoke of Noah's fortitude, enduring ridicule as he built his ark. He recalled Abraham's unwavering faith as he left his homeland at God's command. He told of Moses' courage in standing up to Pharaoh's tyranny, and of Jesus' compassion in preaching love and forgiveness. These stories were not just echoes of the past, but torches lighting the way for his followers, each facing their own trials. By embracing these lessons, they found strength to persevere, to uphold justice, and to strive for moral excellence, just as the prophets had done before them. The prophetic tradition, then, is not merely a historical narrative, but a living guide to moral conduct. The legacy of the prophets is not confined to the dusty pages of history. It is a living, breathing tradition that continues to guide and inspire. From the steadfastness of Noah to the unwavering faith of Abraham, from the courageous Moses to the compassionate Jesus, their stories continue to reverberate, echoing through the corridors of time. They're more than mere tales of the past. They're a moral compass, guiding Muhammad and his followers towards righteousness and piety, providing a roadmap for navigating the challenges of their time. In the contemporary world, the resonance of the prophetic tradition is undiminished. It remains a source of inspiration, a touchstone for moral and ethical decision-making. It encourages perseverance in the face of adversity, the pursuit of justice, and the striving for moral excellence. The prophetic tradition, then, is a timeless beacon, illuminating the path for all who walk the path of faith.